Welcome back to B.gaming. I'm BJ, the B tier gaming, and I am so excited to be talking about towers today. This information is mostly based on their Discord FAQ, with a little bit of supplemental research from other articles sprinkled in here and there. Let's start where most things start, at the beginning. 1. Central theme. Now I gotta say on this one, I'm starting with it because it kind of blew my mind. I'd never really considered games this way, but as they say in the Discord, unlike other survival games, which focus on hoarding and dominance, Towers is about growing and sharing between players. I never really thought of it before, but yeah, games like Rust and Minecraft even, it's about taking and beating and competing. I mean, especially Rust is like literally about murdering your neighbors and taking what they have made and using it for yourself. I'd never thought about it that way, but it was so interesting to see it put that way. So they go on to say, when players build their towers, they will be limited to the resources in their area. So if you build your tower in the forest, you'll have access to a lot of wood, but you might not have access to fish. Whereas someone on the beach has access to fish, but maybe not ore. And then someone who's built their tower in the mountains or whatever has ore, but not trees. And then now all three of these towers are trading and sharing, and that's partly how you win. The game director, Kong Lee, he said that he really likes games like Settlers of Catan. So that's kind of what that trading is coming from, that it's more about trading than it is about fighting each other. But we'll get to that in a second. 2. Win-lose conditions. Towers will have a win-lose condition that plays out over a few weeks. So each server is going to be an island, and that island will have a secret set of win conditions that are revealed once your civilization is far enough along in its progress. For these secret conditions, I haven't found any specific examples of what the win conditions might be, but it's probably something like have this many animals on the island or establish this many trade routes or something like that, things that are encouraging the growth of the ecosystem or the growth of your civilization. But once you start building your tower, a demonic presence begins to grow, and that's those awesome ink monsters that, they're so cool. And it gets stronger over time. The more you build, the stronger it becomes, and they're always trying to destroy the island. So if you aren't able to keep up with them and fight them back, they overrun the island and destroy it. And you lose. They end the server right there, and you didn't get to the end. So that's kind of the win and lose condition. You have to build up your civilization enough to find the secret win conditions, and you're racing against a demonic presence that's trying to destroy the island. And if they win, you lose, and if you last long enough, you have a chance at winning. 3. Minions. We will be able to have minions harvesting and running our trade routes. According to this PC Gamer article, we'll be able to recruit these minions. They can manage our harvesting. I'm assuming we can make them fish, or we can make them cut down trees. Hopefully we can make them like be foresters, so they grow trees too. We can also have them in charge of our trade routes in between the towers, so we don't have to be the ones taking the resources from A to B. The minions can do it, which frees us up to explore and expand our civilization. 4. The ecosystem gameplay. Here's how the ecosystem is gonna work. When you first get to the island, it's basically empty. So you plant shrubs and grass, and these little plants attract small critters, as they say. These critters make it possible to grow trees, and then trees attract larger creatures. Eventually, you can plant towering trees, which I hadn't heard of before, and it wasn't clear in the trailers really, but I've found a little bit more information on these towering trees. So they are the big trees. They take care and effort to grow all the way. You actually have to work pretty hard to get them at this level. This is like mid-late game kind of stuff. Like, you're not growing them right away. But on these trees, you can grow more plants, you can grow special kinds of plants, and these trees, these towering trees, attract the largest animals. And you can even grow stuff on these large animals, so that's so funny. Each plant and creature also has their own likes and dislikes, which you'll have to learn as you're trying to cultivate them. And so that's the main balancing act, is between, do you grow your civilization or do you grow the ecosystem so you can build these towering trees that then let you grow even more exotic plants that attract more exotic animals. 5. PvP/PvE. Towers is PvE focused, and they want players to work together. Their Discord doesn't say that there's no PvP, but they make it clear that it's not really the point. So if there is any PvP, it will be very limited, we could expect. 6. Quests. There will be NPCs and quests, which I was not expecting at all. You get quests by building up relationships with the island inhabitants, like the forest god, who's this guy. In that article, it says that he can bring extinct flora and fauna back to life. So if you lose an animal or something and you need it to win, and if you've fostered that relationship, he might bring that animal back for you through magic. Maybe. They also say the giant eyes, which I think are these these like free-floating eyeballs, which that article says they used to be giants and they were cursed and their body parts were spread all over, and basically here are their eyes that we can help. But I wonder, are we gonna find like their arms and their legs around? Like, I don't know. Because there's also these wings that the article says are sentient and they only come alive at night. So I wonder if those are connected. But either way, like, very interesting characters to be getting quests from. They also say that the quest will unravel the lore of the island. So I think there's a lot more to the story here than that. It's not just, hey, your ancestors kind of messed this up, now you get a second chance. I think there's a lot more going on. 7. Map size. Okay, this one's crazy. They said it's gonna take about 30 minutes to walk across the map, all right? That's a 30-minute from end to end on the island. For comparison, it takes about 30 minutes to walk across Skyrim. OMG. 8. Player count. Right now, according to the Discord, towers can support about 15 to 25 players, which isn't a lot, but they say that because the game is just really high fidelity, so it's hard to support more players. They want to increase that number, but at the end of the day, a smooth and lag-free experience is their goal. So if we can't get any more players, then we could expect, 20 players in a server. 9. The prototype footage. This one was also surprising to me. 90% of the prototype trailer was captured real-time in-engine. All of these players are the devs, running around, jumping, doing all this stuff. They're actually playing the game. And the creatures we see, they have AI already. They can flock, they stampede, they flee, they hunt, and I mean, obviously they can do so much more. I just think it's incredible that 90% of this trailer is actually the game. 10. This one kind of hurt my feelings. The name Towers is just a placeholder. Ugh. They're not even gonna call it Towers. Maybe. I mean, at this point, I feel like they don't. I mean, I don't know. I feel like they can't change the name now. Like, it just makes so much sense, and I like it anyway. 11. Game engine. This might not be news to people, but Towers is being made in Unreal Engine 4, and as they put it, it's a beast. 12. Towers will be released on PC first, hopefully consoles soon after, but that's still TBA. That's from the Discord. But they also mentioned that this is the team that developed Hawken, which was really popular when it was coming out, and then when it came out, it wasn't so popular. And they take some time in their Discord to say, like, we did not make the PS4 version. We apologize for it. That's some pretty strong words. So I think they're definitely going to be keeping a stronger handle on how their game is released, who releases it. So we can definitely expect PC, and I would say don't get your hopes up on any other platforms. 13. Development phase. Towers is still in its prototype phase, which I find just so shocking because it looks so good. But, doing a little bit more research, they released that prototype trailer really early to drum up a little bit of excitement for GDC, but also to find a publisher to help them get the game out once it's made, and I'm sure to find some funding to make it while it's being made. So they're still in prototype phase. That means they're not in alpha phase, which is like, the game is pretty much working and now we're just working on bugs. They're still being like, what is this game gonna be like? So, hold on to your hats. Things could change. 14, release date. This is the moment. Here it is. There is no set release date, and there may not be one for a while. They put it in red on their Discord. They're pretty strongly saying, it's not coming out yet. Which, good for them. I mean, looking at games like Cyberpunk 2077, which is they said it was ready, but they lied. I would much rather have a team say it's not ready, so don't even question it. And that was what most people were asking. When is the release date? And the answer is there isn't one. They're not at the point yet where they can even guess. So who knows? I mean, it's a small team. COVID has changed everything about everything. So it's possible that they're working from home and they're going to get more done than they could have before. Doubt it. But, I wouldn't even expect anything until 2022 at the earliest. The closest we could get to it is joining the Discord. So I put a link down in the description. Join that Discord. Give them some words of encouragement. Let them know how excited you are. I'm sure especially now they they would really appreciate hearing that, there are people who care about their work and want to see them succeed. So hey, thanks for spending some time with me today. Hopefully I've answered some of your burning questions. If you have more questions that didn't get answered here, ask me in the comments. All right, good luck out there, stay safe, try to achieve stasis in your own ecosystems, and remember, always be gaming.